Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Junk Warrior here. I am going to completely remake my Seto Kaiba deck video because the last one, the audio was off, like a lot. And so I'm going to hope that's not happening here. Alright, so without further ado, the deck. I've completely rebuilt it. The other one was competitive and kind of competitive. Um, and it had a lot of cards that weren't Kaibas. This one is nothing but Kaiba cards except for like 4 cards that aren't Kaibas, but they're pretty much Kaiba style. Um, and then there are some banned cards in this deck, but it's chill because the deck is kind of silly. So here's the deck. First I'm going to start with the monsters. There's 20 monsters. Of course, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. The first deck I used had the $15 Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is like the $5 one, but it's the one that Kaiba uses in the show. Next 3 monsters are 3 White Stone of Legend. Kaiba doesn't actually use these, but they add blue eyes to your hand, so they're really good. Next 3 Thunder Dragons. Basic ability, discard it, draw, and then add 2 more Thunder Dragons, and you can polymorph them into Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. X-Head Cannon, Wide Dragon Cannon, and Z Metal Tank combined to form XYZ Dragon Cannon. They're kind of cool. King of the Swamps, he can count as any polymerization monster or count as a polymerization, so he's a really versatile card to use in fusion decks. Spear Dragon, just a basic dragon Kaiba uses. I can use it for my 5-headed. Kaiser Seahorse, 1 tribute for blue eyes. Lajin, just an 18 attack monster Kaiba uses. Blade Knight, 16 attack Kaiba card. He has 2000 attack if you only have 1 or less cards in your hand. Also, he negates with effects that he attacks and destroys. Lord of D can protect my dragon types or my, protect all my dragons. Force Raider, another just beat stick, kind of like Lajin, but 19 instead of 18. And then finally is Blue Eye Shining Dragon, just a big ass kicker. Yeah, it's really good. Next up, spell cards, 15 spells, because Kaiba is kind of heavy on spells. First are the banned ones. Premature Burial, banned. Monster Reborn, banned. And Pot of Greed, banned. But Kaiba uses all of them, and to be honest, they're not really that great. Well, they're pretty good, but I mean, in this deck, I mean, it's just like whatever, I get a lot of Jin back. Future Fusion, Kaiba doesn't use that. That's one of the 4. It's the 3 White Stones and Future Fusion. Kaiba does not use any of those. But, I mean, why wouldn't he if he had access to them? Future Fusion, I can dump 3 White Stones and then add 3 Blue Eyes, or I can do XYZ and get it in 2 turns, which is awesome. 2 Polymerization and a Defusion, also just for doing super silly fusion stuff. All kinds of weird things I can do. Heavy Storm, basic card. Kaiba uses it in the show, well, why not? Megamorph, double their attack points, 9,000 attack ultimate. Soul Exchange, contribute my opponent's monsters. Actually a really good card that Kaiba uses. Mystic Space Typhoon, another just magic and trap destroyer. Card Destruction, oh here it is, a 5th card that Kaiba doesn't use. Card Destruction is not used by Kaiba in the show, but Yugi uses it. But it's really good in this deck because I can just throw away my white stones and get blue eyes for free. Shrink, have any monsters attack. Super fun. Soul Release, you'll see why I use this in a second. And Enemy Controller, this is also a really good card that Kaiba uses. You can see these are in a lot of really good tournament winning decks. Next up are traps, only 5 trap cards. First up are the banned ones, called the Haunted. It's banned, just like Monster Reborn and Premature Burial, just bring back any monster. The second banned card is Ring of Destruction, destroy any monster and both players take damage equal to its attack. That card's really cheap and really good. Cloning, I get a token the same as your monster. Return from the different dimension, that's why I run the Soul Release, so I can get back 5 monsters by paying half my life points. And then lastly, Interdimensional Matter Transporter, just cuz. And then the extra deck. Of course, I have the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, woohoo! Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon for beat sticking, 5-Headed Dragon for Future Fusion and whatnot, and XYZ Dragon Cannon. So that's pretty much the Kaiba's deck. There are only 5 cards that Kaiba doesn't use, and there are, I think, 4 or 5 banned cards, but really not a big deal because it's all just for fun. It's not an actual tournament deck or anything. If you want to see the deck in action, you can just look up Kaiba 2010 Anime Expo, and you'll find a video that some other guys posted of me dueling. I'm wearing my jacket, and I am in character as Seto Kaiba. So I hope you had fun. Please leave comments.